Imagine finding out that a close friend of your wife might have played a role in her death.
Oh, wow.
We're diving into Ryan's story today.
Okay.
A 31-year-old dealing with unimaginable grief and guilt.
Yeah.
The source material says his wife, Lily, was 29,
Okay.
and they had just had a baby girl, Sophia.
Right.
Things went downhill after Lily had a traumatic birth and postpartum depression.
Postpartum depression. It can really be a challenging thing for new mothers. It's a serious mood disorder,
Yeah.
and it can lead to feelings of sadness,
Right.
anxiety, even anger. Makes it really hard to cope with daily life and bond with the baby.
So did they have, like, a support system, family, friends helping out?
They did. Lily's mother, Ellen, and her best friend, Jessie, who was also 29, stepped in to help.
Okay.
With childcare and Ryan to support Lily staying home with Sophia and ease some of the financial strain, decided to take on this pretty demanding project at work.
Okay.
Meant long hours, overtime, but he thought it was the best way to help.
That makes sense. A newborn and a partner with PPD, that's tough.
Yeah.
But something tells me the support system wasn't all that straightforward.
Right.
What happened with Jessie?
Well, that's where it gets a little messy. Instead of being supportive, Jessie started planting these seeds of doubt in Lily's mind,
Uh-oh.
saying that Ryan's long hours were, evidence of an affair.
Wait, wasn't it Lily who actually encouraged Ryan to take on that extra work?
Yeah.
Seems a little contradictory.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes Jessie's actions so disturbing. She was taking advantage of Lily's vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
using her anxieties and insecurities already heightened by the PPD.
Wow. That's really manipulative. Did Ryan have any clue what Jessie was doing?
Well, there was this one incident
Okay.
where Ryan overheard a conversation between Jessie and Lily.
Oh.
He came home late one night. Jessie was still there.
Well,
And he just caught this little bit of their conversation, enough to raise some red flags about Jessie's intentions. He realized that she was really intentionally trying to, damage his relationship with Lily.
so what happened after Ryan overheard this conversation? Did he confront Lily?
He did. Fueled by all of Jessie's accusations, Lily confronted Ryan. Desperate to prove his innocence, he offered to let her check his phone.
What was going through Ryan's mind at this point?
I mean, imagine being accused of something you didn't do by the person you love most. He must have felt so betrayed, not just by the accusations, but by Jessie, someone he thought was a friend driving this wedge between them.
Did Lily find anything on his phone?
No, nothing. Absolutely no evidence of an affair. But Jessie had an explanation for that, of course.
I bet.
Accused Ryan of deleting everything.
A classic.
Yeah, classic manipulation. Deny, deflect, double down.
Wow. Having to defend himself, dealing with his wife's PPD, a newborn baby. What was the impact of all this?
Yeah. It was a turning point, not a good one. Although Lily did eventually believe Ryan, the damage was done, the trust was broken, the conflict, fueled by Jessie's manipulation, took its toll. Things escalated to the point where Lily physically assaulted Ryan. He decided to move out with Sophia for their safety.
It's amazing how quickly a supportive situation can become chaotic with a little manipulation.
Yeah.
Did Lily get any help for her mental health during all this?
Ryan encouraged therapy for himself.
Yeah?
And tried to get Lily on board, but she seemed resistant, probably influenced by Jessie's negativity. Then things took another dark turn. Lily trashed their house and disappeared.
Oh.
This pushed Ryan to take Sophia and move in with his parents while Lily went to stay with hers.
So they were separated at this point. Was it, amicable? Were they trying to work things out?
Ryan was heartbroken, but Sophia was his priority. He decided to pursue separation, hoping it would give Lily space to heal. Lily's parents were supportive and planned to get her into inpatient treatment for her PPD. Seemed like a glimmer of hope, a chance to get back on track.
Right.
But fate had other plans.
What happened? Did Lily get the treatment?
That's the truly sad part of this story. Lily tried to take Sophia from Ryan's parents' house.
Oh.
It ended in a fatal car crash.
Oh, my gosh. She never even got the chance to start treatment.
No, it's a harsh reminder of how fragile life can be and how important it is to address mental health issues.
This is just so much. A new baby, postpartum depression, a manipulative friend, separation, then a fatal car crash. Where does Jessie fit into all this after Lily's death?
Well, that's where things get even more complicated. Despite everything, Jessie wants to speak at Lily's funeral.
Wait, she wants to speak at the funeral? The woman whose life she potentially helped to destroy, that's unbelievable. What was Ryan's reaction?
Ryan was furious.
Hmm.
I mean, it was just a complete lack of respect for Lily's memory and like a blatant attempt to, insert herself into a situation she had already poisoned.
Did he try to stop her?
He told Jesse right away, absolutely not, you are not speaking at the funeral, He wanted to protect Lily's memory and stand up to her manipulation, but his in-laws stepped in.
Oh, no.
They insisted that Jesse be allowed to speak,
Really?
saying that they argued that Jesse and Lily had this long history and it would be disrespectful to deny her this final act of friendship.
That must have been so hard for Ryan to hear.
Oh, yeah. It put him in a really impossible position because
Right.
on the one hand, he was deeply hurt and angered by Jesse's request. It just felt like a continuation of the manipulation, you
Yeah.
know? But on the other hand, he was trying to maintain a relationship with his in-laws, knowing they were so important for Sophia's connection to Lily's family.
So he was balancing his own feelings and trying to do what was best for his daughter.
Exactly, a situation where there are no easy answers, no clear right or wrong
It
choices.
sounds like he was totally trapped. Did he ever tell Lily's parents about his suspicions about Jesse?
It doesn't seem like he did. Maybe he felt it would be disrespectful to speak ill of their close friend, especially after their daughter's death. Or maybe he was worried it would damage his relationship with them even more. Make co-parenting Sophia harder.
So what happened with the funeral? Did Jesse end up speaking?
The sources don't actually say, but they do highlight Ryan's internal conflict, the turmoil of balancing his own feelings with his in-laws' wishes and protecting his daughter.
That just adds another layer of complexity to this whole awful situation. It's a lot for him to carry while grieving and trying to be strong for Sophia.
Absolutely, and it brings up that question. How do we navigate these family dynamics when dealing with grief and loss? How do we honor our own feelings while maintaining those relationships, especially with kids involved?
Yeah, and how do we protect ourselves and our loved ones from people who manipulate and exploit us, especially when we're vulnerable? It's scary to think that people we trust can cause so much harm.
It's a harsh reality, but it emphasizes the need for awareness, for open communication, and building a strong support system.
Ryan's story is overwhelming. Are there any practical things we can do to build that resilience and protect ourselves from manipulation?
Definitely, awareness is key. Learning about those manipulation tactics makes a huge difference, Like guilt trips, gaslighting, playing the victim, all red flags to look out for.
So feeling confused, doubting yourself, walking on eggshells, those could be
Yeah,
signs.
exactly. And constantly making excuses for someone's behavior, feeling drained, emotionally exhausted after being around them, those are warning signs too.
What if you think someone you care about is being manipulated? How do you step in?
It's tricky. Direct confrontation might not be effective, especially with skilled manipulators. They can twist things. Instead, focus on supporting the person being targeted. Encourage them to trust their own judgment, to get outside perspectives and set boundaries with that person.
So empowering them to recognize the manipulation and protect themselves.
Right. What about advice for someone who is being manipulated? What would you say to them?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Remember, you're not alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or therapists for support. Don't be afraid to set boundaries and distance yourself from the manipulator, even if it's family or a close friend.
That must take so much courage, especially when you've been led to believe their version of reality.
It does. But your well-being is the priority. You need to protect yourself from further harm.
Ryan's story really highlights how devastating unchecked manipulation can be. It can happen anywhere, even in families and close friendships.
And the important thing is manipulation thrives in silence. Jessie was able to do what she did because nobody questioned her or challenged her. That's why speaking up and breaking the silence is crucial.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. It's a reminder about mental health awareness, the dangers of manipulation, and how complex family dynamics can be when dealing with loss.
It also shows how important it is to build resilience individually and as a community. We need to learn how to recognize and address these issues before they become tragedies.
Well said. And for our listeners, if you or someone you know is dealing with mental health issues or experiencing manipulation, please reach out for help. You don't have to go through this alone.
Remember, silence only helps the manipulator. By speaking up, sharing our stories, and supporting each other, we can break that cycle and make the world safer and more empathetic.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.